Hi everyone, this is Nora. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're doing well. Today's video is going to look at my A56 ring agenda, which is right here. However, if you saw my last video, you know that I did a flip of this agenda right here and just kind of went through what I'm doing in here, how things are going in my personal size rings. So I am really experimenting in here with these layouts. Okay, this is undated and this is new to me because I love dated inserts. One thing though is that I still prefer physical inserts, and so I've been using this from the Peanuts Planner Co. And this has been working well. Now when I start working, when my fall semester starts, I will be transitioning from these personal items I've been writing here to work items. And so when I show you this here, there will be some overlap between the two while I'm experimenting with these layouts, okay? So this is one layout that I showed you, and then this is the other one. This is the weekly, hourly, and in my last video, I just said that if I would have to phase one of the two out, it would be this one. Not because I don't love it, because, you know, I love a good grid, but just because I really want to reserve this for work and then have something for home down below the A56 ring agenda. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that before I moved further into the videos. So for now, let me just go through the deco that I have going on here. This is a card that I received from a sub box from Cloth and Paper. And this is actually a punched insert, but I'm able to slip it back here just to kind of have that print show right there. And I really love the way this looks, very simple, but yet to me aesthetically pleasing. Then over here, I have the little member card that you get when you order from the sub box from Cloth and Paper with one of their page clips, we'll say here. And this is from Cloth and Paper as well. I did do an unboxing of this. I did layer a couple of inserts. These are all from the sub boxes. Well, this one I should say is from the sub box from Cloth and Paper. This one I believe is still available on the website for purchase. Okay. Then on the back, again, very simple. This is also from Cloth and Paper. I just put that there to kind of show the print. These page pins are from the sub box as well from Cloth and Paper that I use for some time blocking. And then this card right here, this one, which I'm holding with an ollie clip right here, this one is from Noted Co. Just to kind of have that there as a reference. Here's my black pen that I use. I use either this pen right here or this one right here. Okay, so let's get into it. Here I have some different, you know, like page flags and whatnot that I keep here just for having it accessible. And then it's just easy for me to use them wherever I need to use them. Similar to my personal ring setup, I am tracking my periods here as well. This one is my yearly at a glance from Rosie Papa 3. And as I previously said, I still do have a code with Rosie, which is Nora 10. And by the way, I'm very excited to order from Rosie. I will continue in the A5 for 2025. And so my plan is to order a lot of these things. If she has them again for 2025, I plan on ordering. I believe, okay, so I'm filming this on a Friday. By Monday, she's going to have everything for you to view for the 2025 collection and then do the pre-order. Okay, moving on. So here I've only been using this to jot down my kids and myself academic events, like things that I need to know that are related to just school, because of course I am in higher ed, and my kids, I have 3 kids who go to school. One of them is going to be an 8th grader. The next one is going to be a 6th grader. And the little one, she's going to start K4. So I need to keep track of all these dates here. So for example, you know, I did teach a summer course and the final grades were due on the 5th of August. And I got that completed, but I needed to write that down to ensure that I completed that deadline. So I do write things like that as well. I don't write any meetings or anything here. I prefer to put that in my monthly view. These are more like big dates and important things happening. Like for example, my kids started orchestra camp on the 29th of July and the camp ended on the 8th of August. So I have these two, and let me just tell you, I've kind of gotten away from the idea of having a bunch of different tabs. I used to always have tabs as far as dividers, I should say. And because I feel like these two sections are so simple, again, I really want to stick to this idea of simplifying my system just so that it's easy for me to fill all the areas. Because I've been getting some comments about, oh, I forget to do this in my plan, I forget to do that. Perhaps simplifying certain sections would help. Again, it's just a suggestion. You have to do what works for you. Moving on, I do have Rosie's perpetual calendar. I highlight all the days when my husband is off, and then I just go in here and I write everything directly here, and then I move this over to the monthly view. So I have that, and I've been able to keep up with it, and I plan to, if these are released again, all of this that I just showed you, I plan on purchasing again in the A5 size from Rosie. Okay, so one change I did do, since I took away side tabs, I do have the monthly tabs now dividing each month, and then right away to the week that follows that specific month. So I do have these top tabs here. I only have one for this month, and these are from Infinite Lotus this week, and then finally the today one. These monthlies are from Rosie Papeterie. I know in the beginning of the year I started with them, took a break, went to a month on one page right when my teaching semester ended for the spring semester around May-ish. And now that I'm starting to get nice and prepped for the fall semester, I kind of feel like I want to go back to this. And I don't mind doing this back and forth, to tell you the truth. But for now, I'm just really enjoying this month on 2 pages, again, from Rosie. I did comment before that I'm not doing so well with the back pages, but at the same time, I like that you can then, they're not back to back to the point where you cannot have them in front of the weeks. They're separable, in other words, these here, because you have them like this is the cover, then you have the month on 2 pages, and then finally this section for your goals. And let me go to one, because I feel bad that I never really fill those in, so I'm always kind of shy to show those. But this is how they look on the back here. I prefer to show you one that is empty right here. Okay, that's what that would look like. All right, so the year. I started, and I mentioned this in a previous video, in this one, which was the week on 1 page with Rosie. And I did that, I believe, up to like April, I want to say. Let me confirm that. Yes. But then, as I said, May came and I went all in just this planner. So then I switched over to Infinite Lotus, the week on 2 pages. But as the summer kept going for me, and I kind of felt like, I don't know. I don't know how I was feeling about this bottom part. And I decided, let me try something new. So I had 2 options. Okay, so this was May, and I completed the entire month of May with these, as well as June. And I know I've been saying that I love a grid, but I also love a lot of space like this here, except for some reason this bottom section just threw me off. I don't know what it is about it. I kind of wanted, to tell you the truth, something where I can have all Saturdays and all Sundays, like in the actual, a full day for each day. Okay, whereas right now the weekends are shared. In the past, it hasn't bothered me, but now my weekends have gotten kind of busy, and I've been kind of wanting something like that. So let me just finish showing you a quick flip of this, just to kind of show you. The majority of my stickers are from Papery Planning, just to let you know. Dots, the clear transparent dots, the color transparent dots, they're all from Rosie Papeterie. So every deco sticker you see is from Rosie. I did try here, for example, these stickers from Cloth and Paper that I got from a previous order. And then let me go into July that just ended. Again, I was going, kind of get through these inserts here in particular. These are also from the bigger ones, for the time blocking. These are from Cloth and Paper. And let me just keep going. So when I came to when I came to August, I did a couple things. So for the first part of here, I was using this 2-color dot system where I had these stickers. These were from the planner spot. These were events for me or my daughter or my pup. And then the gray ones here were any appointments, I should say, for either one of my 2 sons or my husband. But I decided to change things around and use 1 color dot per month. So I actually started to implement this in July, if I remember correctly. Oh, nope, I did not. It was in August. Okay, so I started doing this in August, and I plan on doing this moving forward so that I kind of have a color for the month. So when I hit August, I did that. And then where I did implement it was in my personal rings, but then finally now in August, I was able to implement it here. But what I noticed is, like I said, I really wanted Saturday and Sunday. Now, in the personal rings, if you look here, they're also shared. And while I love this, and I want to clarify, I love this especially because it is a grid. Like I said, I got a taste of this where I was able to write things down per hour. Because if you look over here, it's just lines. See, and you have to fill in your hours if you would wish to put something there, right? But I wanted something more detailed like these here. But obviously this type of layout would not allow to do, I mean, it would be super narrow. Okay, it's just not going to fit. Because this is a personal size insert, you have to stack them. But I did find some from Infinite Lotus, and here's a drawback though, they're undated. But I figured it was going to be worth it if I could, if I could fit my Saturday and Sunday here, one, like a day specifically, that's, you know, it's a half hour increments. And I love this. So I'm happy to show you this because I was able to use, if you saw my other video where I did my unboxing of Lightly Inked, this was her bundle. And I just love this so, so much. And something like this, I don't think I can pull off in this type of size, meaning the personal size inserts. And maybe I could, but then I wouldn't be able to write in as much. But because this is A5, I can do this. And so I played with this. I played in this one as well. And then I just kind of felt like I really wanted that weekly hourly view. And as I said, I was doing this here, but I wanted, you know, each day to have its own column, and this one won't accommodate for that. But now this one does. So like I was able to use my date dots from Papery Planning right there. This was the last week of July. This is the beginning of August. And I have enough space for all these lists. And I don't really mind this. I don't mind this at all because, like I said, for some reason, after a while, this bottom portion just, I don't know what it was about it. And I think it was because there were all these different categories like, you know, priorities and to do. And sometimes I don't mind just having a list. I think I'm definitely one of those planners that would be a list maker. I think I'm a list maker planner. And so this allows me to just put whatever I want here. And also I can plug in other things here. So for example, you know, I write like errands here, like a Target payment I had to make. And for a wedding prep that we were doing, making sure we had the outfits and my daughter's shoes and my son's shoes, you know, so I can still plug things in there and really flesh out this insert, use it to its max capacity, like capitalize on the size and still have space for some of the deco. So this was this week. Unfortunately for this week, I'm sorry, this was last week. This week, I've been doing all these YouTube videos. And let me just clarify, I'm doing them because when I go back to work, I don't know how many YouTube videos I'll be able to make. And also, I have had a lot of requests that have been sitting around. So that's what I've been doing, just putting out a lot of videos that I've been wanting, like that's been on my to-do list for a while. So I'm finally doing it. I know it's definitely like this batch content that I've been doing, but I'm hoping that you guys are okay with it. But I just want to tell you that I will probably slow down once I go back to work. In the meantime, though, I'm going to keep doing as many as I can, just to keep you updated and just hopefully inspire you, give you some ideas, and also explain my planning system, especially if you've been following me over on Instagram. Now, that is the place where I do most of my posting, though, reels and pictures. So but lately I've been showing a lot of new stuff here that I haven't had a chance to share over on Instagram. So like, for example, this spread, I will probably post this picture on Monday, but I absolutely love this. I think this came out just and this is what I love. And when I look at this, I think to myself, oh, if only I could be in the cousin, right? But the cousin doesn't work for me because of the dailies in the back. But if there would only be a cousin with the monthlies and the weekly hourlies, that would work so well for me. All right, so as I end this video, let me just take you to the back part, which is the today. This is where I've been, let me just show you. I only have one dashboard here. That's one thing I've been kind of scaling back on dashboards, the amount of dashboards. Before I used to have a lot of dashboards, but now I just want something super simple. So again, I can just find myself in my planner and know where everything is at. 3 top tabs, which are like these bookmarker ones from Infinite Lotus. That's all I really need to get by. The only thing is I got to remember to continuously check in with these front ones here. So this is some of the overlap. Because I do have a sleep tracker in the personal size rings. And then, of course, I have one here. But this is the one I started with since January. So I did want to continue. This was July, and here is August. Here are my steps again. I have that over there. And that's where I got to really sit down and kind of see which one's going to go, you know, which one's going to stay, I should say. And, yeah, which one's going to go, which one's going to stay. And then here's August, my habit tracker. Now, this is the thing. This habit tracker here is exclusively just this insert. Whereas over here, I have it here. But let me tell you, when I go back to work, there are going to be work items I'm going to track. So that's why I can see myself bringing some of the personal things that I've been including here back to this one and then focusing just on work items here. It's just a matter of time. For now, I've been enjoying this. This has been great, but I know this is going to change when I go back to work and I start writing things that I need to track for each of the courses that I'm teaching, and I can just check them off. Then there is the mood tracker, which again, I know I have a mood tracker there. I could just, you know, leave things here, or again, that's that going back and forth, right? Because ideally, I do want this to be a work planner. So perhaps maybe I could put this back in here, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm totally loving a grid right now. And I love the fact that I can have this really cute tracker right here. Okay, yeah, I know this is a grid too, but this grid, this smaller grid just really calls my name. And I love that I can put both of them here. Since these are labeled mood, I don't want to mix the habit one and then the mood one. So I have everything here. And this is just a reading log that I've been kind of slipping on in a reading list. I'm not going to show you that much. But then they have my weekly routine, which I do like. And I updated this here just to note down, just making sure I do my groceries every week, of course, and my gas, and clean out my car, buy crickets because we do have a gecko, and feed him. That's his name is Buddy. Tidy up my home, just like a quick little refresh. My AM prep and my PM prep, and specifically these are more for my kids, like making sure I have everything ready for them in the morning and in the evening for the next day. And yeah, these are just my old trackers from the entire year. And this back pocket right now, because I've been housing everything in this back pocket, they're both from May Paper. I haven't really been using this one, but we'll see once I go back to work how things are going to change and evolve. And then I have my page lifter as well that I have that. I haven't put any sticky notes in here because I've been mostly working from this planner. But once I transition to just work items here, I'm hoping that then I can use this A5 6-ring agenda to its full potential with personal items. So technically what I envision is this. Let me just go to the right place here. Having this weekly, hourly open on my desk, okay? And then, as I suggested in my last video, and it kind of, you know, pains me to say it, but like I said, phase this out, okay? Because I have more space here. And then just work out of this view for work, okay? And what I was thinking is, well, if I'm going to phase out this section, I obviously don't want to end up just with this. I mean, if I'm going to just have this, I might as well be in like a plotter or something, right? But I'm going to, once I take all of this out, I can just put notes pages in here in the back. So then that way it won't be like a super thin planner. Granted, it's okay if your planner is really thin, but I wouldn't mind having some notes pages, especially now that I would go back to work, that I would write some random things and whatnot, right? So I think that's what I would do. So it's not going to be a super thin planner. All right. I think that is it for me today. Again, I want to thank you so much for your support. I look forward to your comments. I've been enjoying your comments so much. And I hope you've been enjoying my videos. And let me know if there's anything else that you would like to know about anything that I showed you or just in general. Thank you again. Have a great day or a great evening.